I'm Matt Klabnik. I'm a sales engineer at INS. I've been with the company here for about going on 5 years. So the customer that I'm talking about today is a manufacturer of components that go into utility scale solar networks. And this customer makes what are called trackers as well as another product called inverters. But the trackers were really the thing that's most interesting and what this particular project was about. And we received a lead from Digi, who is an OEM manufacturer. Uh, this customer was going to use the Digi products for their trackers, and they needed someone who could wrap value-added services around that and deliver the product to them on time when they needed it at their integration facility. So Digi manufactures industrial routers, and they're used in high temperature environments or low temperature environments. They're deployed out into rural areas, and in particular, we're talking about cellular modems or cellular routers. The Digi products have a unique characteristic and one that this customer was very interested in is that they can be configured extensively using a command line interface. And Digi is really the only manufacturer that has a well-documented command line interface system. The customer in particular was not interested in using a cloud-based management platform, which we typically like to see our customers use, but they were not interested in the cloud-based management. They just wanted to use the CLI to access the Digi hardware. And the Digi hardware is being used in this case to provide remote access for break fix and also to bring data back to a central location on the solar field. And solar fields are deployed generally in rural areas. They need large open fields. They need flat land. They need view of the sun, no trees. And what that means is they oftentimes end up in agricultural areas. And agricultural areas bring their own set of issues. For one, you're remote, so you may not have access, say, to a fiber provider. So you're relying on cellular, potentially satellite, but in this case, it was cellular. You can use cellular on the private network, or a large solar field might have access to the public network. Either way, the devices can communicate and bring that data to wherever it needs to be. A unique situation when you're dealing in a rural environment is a lot of times there are, because this had been formerly agriculture land or maybe continue to be agriculture land, they may operate agriculture in conjunction with the solar field. That brings a lot of rodents, and rodents have an unusual interest in chewing on data cables. And so you might think that when you go to deploy a large utility scale solar field that well, if I'm running power cables, I might as well run the data cables with them too. But the rodents take an interest in the data cables, and they'll chew through them in strange places, and you may have to spend a lot of time chasing those problems down. So our customers have found that going to a cellular or wireless type network eliminates those rodent problems because they can just contain their data cables inside of, say, enclosures at each of the panels or back at the main station. So through INS's experience, we make recommendations like this to our customers, and this is why they come to us, because we've done these things before. So INS can not just provide hardware, but we can wrap both hardware and services around these types of projects, and that's another main reason why people come to us. So the OEM, in this case Digi, was really interested in selling their modems, but they wanted to work with a partner who could then put the whole package together. Those modems have to be put in enclosures. Those modems need power. They need breakers. They need DIN rail. These are all things that INS can bring together for a project, package up, and ship to the field. We have a whole group that does cellular provisioning. So if you have a customer who is not experienced in doing cellular activations, they may waste a lot of time trying to figure out something that we already know and have optimized into a smooth process. So we work with our customers' carrier reps to make sure the lines get activated. We stock the SIMs that go into the cellular modems, and we can provision them and make sure before they're shipped out that they are working on the network.